Again, it's Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery in the backyard, and I am hoping that when I focus my camera it won't be on this top iPod box that I'm going to put colors in, or on this metal tape that I used to seal up the back of this little sheet of plastic that was one of the edge catchers. And this is my silicone ice cube tray that I expect to scoop out of. Hopefully, yes, that metal tape is going to help me find that scoop more easily. This is a cottage cheese lid that I placed in the middle of this canvas, and I'm going to move that for the moment so I can add some colors into my ice cube tray. And they're going to be the colors of the sun, because I want this to be pretty simple. I don't know if that's too close or not. It's very close. That is a color shift though. That will look different when it dries. So slight variations on the theme will be fine here. Let's make sure I shake everything up. I can go back and forth. I should leave these over to the side because I want to put some colors into a dustpan so I can scoop them out. And I need to be a little cautious about what I'm doing right now, only in that I intend on not needing very much paint. But we'll see what happens, because this is still a pretty new endeavor for me. Oh, please come out. I'm almost out of this color that I've had mixed up in this bottle for a couple of years, and I'm going to have to try and reproduce it soon, and I don't know how happy that's going to make me to try and do that. Okay, so here's my dustpan, and I don't know why I'm starting with pink if it's going to be mostly oranges and yellows, but that's the way it goes. Live and learn. And purple and yellow will often make a funky color, so cross your fingers that I get away with this, especially that. I was thinking about it. Do I want to put some copper in there? I have a spot left. Yes, I'm going to do that. And I think some red. Boy, I'm not liking that very much so far, but I think if I add a whole bunch of gold, that ought to fix me. So let's cross our fingers and hope that that is the truth. I didn't use any of my darker yellow. Was that what I used? Yes, it was. Okay, never mind. I brought out some mica yellow. Really? Oh, come out. Please come out. Be that way. I have a skewer handy. It has some orange paint on it from the last bottle, I noticed. It's still gonna be a problem, is it? Okay, fine. Be that way. I guess I'm not gonna use that. Maybe I can find something a little brighter. I don't know if I'm gonna like that. That's a very neon yellow. And this is probably very much the same color as the other. No, that's a little better. And last but not least, I think I'm gonna put a whole bunch of this white in here. It doesn't look very attractive yet, but I still have hope that I can pick another color that'll help me change my mind. What color would it be? It might be this other slightly lighter orange. And the whole reason why this is going to work is because we're scooping it up and worrying very little about it mixing, but that shall become apparent in time or not. So I didn't put any of that red in there, and that is a really nice sweet cherry red, and I want to put some of that in there right next to that color shift. I don't know why. It doesn't matter at this point. I want this to be pretty simple. I have an 18 by 24 inch canvas and a desire to not lose that scoop I just made right there, which is almost impossible to see. I think I need all these to be on this side. And there's that mica I said. Oh, I don't want to screw the whole top off, just the cap. Okay. I think there's a problem. The mica, the pouring mediums with the mica decided to be a problem. Alright, so that sinks, but it would. It's mica. Now, can I do this? Let's find a nice spot right in the middle. If I were you, I would measure. If I were me, I'd be obnoxiously perfect. I hope so. I'm not always perfect, believe me. Alright, so I just lost that thing again. Where'd you go? There it is, right under the canvas. Well, that makes sense. All right. So I tried to make this longer and deeper because I think less is more. And I'm going to start with, yes, oh boy. I'm going to start away. From the circle. I'm not going to worry about having a square end. I'm just going to go right off the canvas, I think. And I think I want more purple already, I can tell now. I'm going to go as evenly as possible. Which is maybe not possible. And try not to drip or to knock my paints over. Out of the way, you. I'm surprised they didn't just drip then. But the 18 by 24s are really kind of too large for the turntable, but it doesn't keep me from wanting to try anyway. So at any given point in time, I can come back in here and snag some paint right out of my ice cube tray, which is probably going to wind up being for another painting at the rate I'm going. So I'm going to do that though. I'm going to grab some more of the color I want to see, and I really have no solid idea that it's going to dry lighter. I'm going to try and keep that little scoop firmly pressed onto the canvas. I want some more of that. I'm going to grab some pink this time, some purpley pink. I think I may have gotten lucky with choosing the right size of my scoop. This may wind up looking a little too contrived, but I really just wanted to try it, and it's super hot out here today. It's like in the 90s. So, pardon me if I indulge myself with something that should be fast. Now, if I let the paint flow out of the scoop slowly, I'll probably get a better coverage and a thicker layer, and I can have a thicker layer because I use GAC 800 by Golden in all of my paints. I can also come back in here and add some colors if I want to, and I think I want to. Where is it? I want the turquoise because I love the turquoise. And I can use a skewer. Whoops, can I? Maybe I can't use a skewer. Let's try another skewer that I don't drop. Slightly delicate touch. I can waggle that in place if I want to. Drag it up to the top. Add some other colors. I can probably dot this if I want to. I can't believe I didn't use any of that color in here. Anyway, back to the chore at hand. And I think next time I will talk and work. Next time I will use more Prussian blue. Now with this longer, deeper scoop, I can get more paint in there, and I was hoping that that would mean that I could make it extend all the way out to the edge of this 18 by 24 inch canvas. Still a little wobbly, but it's still working. I think it's still going to look cool. I didn't put, oh I did, I grabbed some of that purple. Excellent, good girl. Alright, so I've almost filled my scoop this time. I'm just beginning to get a feeling for how much paint will go the distance. I think I'm probably lucky. I thought about using some chalk to put my marks down evenly, and I don't think that it would hurt anything to do so. Now I have a thinner little scoop. It's not a lot thinner, but it's somewhat thinner. But I kind of still like the one I've got. So, since we've got enough time, 7 minutes, 7 whole minutes, woo! I'm going to use some white first this time. Go for some yellow after that. Go for some other colors after that. I'm going to start and split the difference. And drop this down a little ways. I think starting with the white was cool because it makes the end of the ray white. And I kind of like that about it. So I'm going to do that again. And I may want to grab some more of that at some point in time. Try and put that down at the same even spot. I think it's about gauging the size of the scoop opening to how deep you can get it to be. I can put some dots in there. I'm not there yet. Don't do it yet. I'm not minding that my ice cube tray colors are mixing a little bit. I'm trying to pick the colors I want to see. Put them in the scoop. I'm trying to make the most of having invented this method. It's pretty cool, but there's so many things I can do with it, it makes it hard to choose. Careful, don't knock your paint over. I definitely don't have enough of that purpley magenta pink left. This is just a really stylized sun and just meant for fun. But I could do all kinds of stuff after, I think. I'll be careful not to dip my hand into the edge of the canvas over here. And also not to lose control of my turntable. This is a throwback to a sun I did with a spoon a long time ago. It took a great photograph when it was wet, and then when it was dry it was just a little darker than that. I like that yellow over there, and I think I'm going to look for some more of that. Fortunately, it's in my ice cube tray, but I want it to come out first, which means I have to go right back in there again. I don't think I succeeded, but it's okay. It takes a little while to get the hang of how fast to tip your scoop and how much pressure you're going to allow as you drag it. I'm glad I moved out somewhat from the center so my rays didn't interrupt each other. Those are great colors. I love those colors. I've wanted to try and get myself to do the reds and things for a while. So I have some color in my scoop and some places that could use it. I'm not sure I did the right thing there, but in a pinch I could always cover it with black. Tomorrow I'd kind of like to be able to use that paint in the scoop to finish off the rays that are going over the edge, but I'm not sure how easy that's going to be, and it might be for after the video as opposed to right now, because I'm doing it anyway and it's going quicker than I thought it would. But so let's see what it looks like without the center. What's that? So now it's time to decide if I'm going to dot around the center, and I kind of want to, you know. Maybe that should go back in there. Maybe I should find a smaller one. Let's find something smaller. Dot right in there. I could probably put a colored center in there just by dipping that silicone lid in something. So what have I got that's a good... Oh, you know what? That's a pipette. Do I want to... No, I don't. I was like, do I want to risk that? No, I don't. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and use my ice cube tray to start this process and use the colors that I like the best and try and apply them evenly so that they make a nice circle, because I don't know what I'm going to get after that, and it might just fill up the center, but right at the moment I'm feeling more like it should be a little gold circle, or I don't know. Does that still look round? I don't know if it looks round or not. I like having these colors, even though they're a little bit mixed now. They're still more pure. I don't mind the fact that they're mixed now either. Just it makes it blend with the rest of the composition quite nicely. I maybe should have paid a little more attention to my circle, but I'm just going to keep going and hope that it fools the eye enough to look somewhat more even than I'm imagining that my slightly less than measured technique has allowed. Because we're really almost done, which means I should start to tell you that if you shop my Amazon link under Show More underneath the video, it helped me out, and I really appreciate it. There was sand on that lid, and I can see it, and I'm going to try and blow on it without all of it going in the paint. Wow. Okay, I don't like that. Hang on. I've got a wet rag, and I think that'll dry in a second. So at least I picked up the sand. I really want just a gold circle in there. Do I? Do I want just a gold circle in there? That's a good question. I could put rays down. I think I just have to start how I started. This is pretty fresh paint. There are like 2 or 3 coats of black. We'll find out how level my turntable is in a second. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Let's get that paint out of the way. See if we can avoid messing up anything. I got 2 minutes left to tell you guys whatever I'm going to tell you, which is on this crib sheet. Yay! I remembered when I do sell my artwork, and I do give lessons at the house in Spring Hill in the studio. I can do all kinds of stuff in here, and I kind of want to. Kind of cautiously, not knowing when I'm going to run into something. And I'm still going to torch in a second, but I'm going to be very careful about getting it anywhere near the black paint. Also, I could probably take the thick paint at the front of this and do whatever I wanted to, like in another time I could leave it and spiral it into the center if that were of interest to me. I'm not sure those lines are perfect, but I'm not sure I hate them either. There are a few cells popping. I've got to be a little careful with whatever waggles I might want to put in there. Boy, that's very tempting to leave that little gold circle right like it is, and I should have grabbed myself something to, yeah, that's not going to work. Okay. Where is my tubing? I can't get in there. You know what? I can. I'm just going to put my head in front of you guys for the minute. Right after I take this paint that leached down over the side. Pardon my head, please. Alright, you guys are going to be gone in a minute, so I'm going to say thank you for all the contributions in the past, and if you want to contribute in the future, I've got all of 5 people who contributed this month, and not enough money to ship any artwork, let alone buy any art supplies. I don't know why you guys didn't like your choices, but maybe you're busy buying barbecue. It is summer after all. So on the end screens you'll find over 750 videos. You will find in the lower right hand corner my website where you can communicate with me easily. I did mention I sell my artwork, and if I didn't, I am now. I have a book on the Amazon link below Show More that's called Because I Can, and it's my book of the first 100 videos I recorded for YouTube. And the processes and the tools. I do love you guys. There's over 77,000 of you. Probably 78,000 pretty quick here. I would like that to, yeah, alright. This is Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery in the backyard saying, please give me a thumbs up, it really helps. I love you guys.